What's up, guys? Welcome to today's new episode. Today we're going to be talking about installing Linux Mint for the first time and kind of the issues that I had so you guys don't make the same mistake. So, first things first, we picked up a Lenovo ThinkPad X390, and I've been hearing a lot of this hype around, running Linux, Windows is trash, and, it's just a better experience on Linux. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's try it out. The first mistake that I did was that this was the only flash drive that I had. And in order to install Linux, you kind of have to put it into an application, and then you could download Linux, put it on the thumb drive, plug it in, and then you could run it, download it. Pretty simple, right? Wrong, because I am very new to this. So I was like, all right, we'll just use this. And this is a terabyte of storage. So I'm like, okay, that was the first mistake that I made. I was using a flash drive that holds a terabyte of storage. Picked this up on TikTok Shop. If you guys don't know, it was like $10, but it's a good pickup. But don't use this if you're going to download Linux. So I had to go to the store, went to Staples, picked up this little 32 gigabyte flash drive. So I'm like, all right, we'll get this down. So we're able to download Linux Mint on our MacBook, put it on the flash drive, and then plugged it in. And then from there, we're just trying to follow some like YouTube tutorials on how to do it. I was like watching this lady try to download Linux Mint onto the laptop, and I was very confused at first. I'll pull this up. If you guys are thinking about downloading it, make sure you guys download the ISO file on here. You put it on here on the USB drive. You plug it in, press enter. You get up to the startup screen. Now this is, I'm like, I don't know what to do here. I looked up a couple of videos. So what you want to do is you want to press F1. And when you go from F1, starts loading up the Lenovo startup screen. And it'll show you guys what to do from here. So the thing I was getting stuck on, it was like, I didn't know what any of these pages were. Like configuration, do you go here, do you go there? But the thing I realized is that you have to go to where it says startup right here, click enter, and then make sure this right here says USB HDD. So I think on the default it says PXE boot. You want to make sure it's USB HDD, and then you're going to want to go to this boot screen. So right here we're running Pop OS. Right now you could just have your USB to take priority. So you literally just drag it to the top. I didn't know that was a thing, and it depends on your computer. But if you guys have this X390 or this ThinkPad, you should have something similar where you're able to just grab it and then put it to the first. Oh my bad. Put it to the first priority, and then you press F10. You save it. You're able to run it. Pretty simple, right? That took me a long time to figure out. I didn't know how to change the order. I didn't know what was what, where to go. So as soon as we plugged that in, we started Linux Mint, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let's download CapCut. And once we went on the CapCut website, there's no CapCut. There's no available. There's nothing on Linux that supports CapCut. And if you guys don't know what CapCut is, it is a video editing software, and I've been using it for like over a year now. So I'm like, I should have did some research before I downloaded a Linux software onto my computer. And once I downloaded it, I made the fatal mistake of just deleting Windows altogether. There is an option where I ask you if you want to keep both distributions. If you want to keep both of them, there is an option if you want to keep both Windows and Linux. And we didn't make the right decision there. We kind of just deleted Windows, and now we are forced to stay with Linux. So I know you could add Linux on a different thumb drive, and you could kind of dual run both of them. But I still don't know what to do, because once we start looking up different applications, different video programs on Linux, we saw that there was like DaVinci Resolve. There's a bunch of other ones that I was like trying to download, and I have no idea how to run them. I try to do it. I try to switch distributions to go to Pop OS. Same issue. Like I'm able to get to a few steps, and I've started watching a bunch of YouTube tutorials, bro. I spent like 4 hours trying to just download DaVinci Resolve by itself, just so I could try it out. And yeah, kind of made that mistake. So if you guys are wondering if you guys want to transfer over from Windows to Linux Mint or to Pop OS or any other distribution, make sure you dual run it before you kind of switch over. So make sure you try it out before you completely ditch the other one. So don't make the same mistake I did and just running it. I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out. If not, if we could switch back or download DaVinci Resolve. But like I said, it did take most of my day trying to figure out how to add it in the first place, and then from there trying to find a different editing software. And I kind of went down a few YouTube rabbit holes about different distributions and different videos and different editing programs. And it's like it's like everything else, bro. There's different flavors for everywhere. So it's like you kind of find your own lane here. And I realized like Papa West seems pretty cool. I was able to find some cool apps. I'll talk about some of the apps right here. As soon as I downloaded Linux Mint, I noticed the change. Like it was super fast. Everything was super fast. I'll show you guys a little desktop I have right here. And the apps are cool, dude. Like there's this one. We got the ones we need, Google Chrome, OBS, but like there's like emulators too as well. Like you could download like PSP games and stuff. I know this is like kind of just like a work computer, but I just kind of just wanted to try it out. I don't have a control setup with it, so I mean I have no use for it, but that is pretty cool. Stuff like that I normally don't see. But I didn't even know were a thing. So it's pretty easy to download apps if it's not like DaVinci Resolve or anything like that. And yeah, found it pretty useful. So got some cool stuff, some AI software, some note taking apps, and all that stuff. But for the most part, guys, if you guys are thinking about switching to Linux Mint or Windows, make sure that you keep both of them. I don't know why I went like that. Keep both of them, and make sure that that you got the order right, because I wasn't having the order correct. So I would just run it, I'd plug it in, I think I'm doing the right thing, and it just has like an error message loading and all that stuff. Let me know if you guys had a similar experience downloading you kind of a new program onto your computer. Very foreign to me, but it kind of reminded me of when I used to jailbreak like my iPhone 4S, and I used to download all this crazy stuff on it, and kind of reminded me of that. But at the same time, like I have no clue how to use the command tab or command. What is it called? I don't even know what it's called. The terminal. I have no idea how to use a terminal. I was like typing all these things. I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm hacking something, even though it's basic stuff. Like I took a computer science course, and there was like I couldn't even keep up with those guys. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I didn't even know this was a thing. I thought you just ran applications by themselves. Like I had no idea how it's all everything's run. So I'm like, all right, we got to start from step one. And after a while, we did start, catching up, starting to learn some lingo, After a while, I'm like, bro, I didn't even know this was a thing. It felt like I was I don't know. It was like, I don't know. It's like a whole new world with all these distributions and applications. And I'm sure if you guys are interested in coding, this is definitely not the video for you. But if you guys are interested in coding, I'm sure Linux is good for you. You know what I mean? There's a Linux Arc and all this crazy stuff. But we have lots of stuff to learn. We might just keep it. I don't think switching back to Windows is necessary. I think we're able to figure it out. Once we're able to figure out editing software, I'm sure it won't be an issue. But for the most part, everything's running nice and smooth. Able to download applications for the most part. Simple downloads. Everything's cool. Everything's fast. I'm able to take notes, all that good stuff. So the whole point of, getting a ThinkPad and kind of downgrading the tech is to make sure that we're able to use it. And I want to make sure I was able to edit videos, because that's kind of what I want to do. I want to post a bunch of like jujitsu clips. All that stuff is going to be, done on this computer. So if we have a nice editing software, that would be crucial.